downright ugly. Some games against the West, they just didn't stand any chance.
A lot of blowouts for Philly last year against the West, as you talked about. Greg only managed to take 6 wins in their 30 games. Clark out of conference.
And Kevin, that was tied for the fewest wins against the West in the league. But again, no surprise with Philadelphia because they really were focused on developing young talent there.
The 76ers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Landry, a screen on James, and George, here we go. The Warriors pull it in.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
And it's good. And that's now 6 points for Mr. Clutch.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Cannon dishes to Landry. The layup missed.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Smith with it. Now Hamilton defending. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Warriors leading by 5. The finish trips down the breakaway slam.
Oh, he's just tangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
Now here is Smith. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Pass to Landry. Shot from 12. Connects. The jumper drops. Landry's got 6 points.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
And for Carl Landry, he powered his way through the league a few years back, but somewhere along the line, Clark, his game kind of topped out.
His best season, Kevin, he averaged 18 and 7. I think injuries have been a factor, but last year was down to 7 and 4 his game averages, so he's starting to slide.
Noel's checked in for Carl Landry. Here's Hamilton. After Carl Landry's bucket, he had a nice open look right there. 9 points for Mr. Clutch.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quicker.
Now here is Smith. 50 seconds left to play in the first. Okafor lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
And back to Carl Landry. Sophisticated scorer, a variety of post moves, a tough guy willing to play through pain, but he just never had the size or explosiveness to dominate. And that now that he's getting a little older, that really has become an issue.
There's 38 seconds left in the first quarter. Kicks it to Noel. There's the dish to Cannon. The pass to Okafor. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
Hamilton against Smith. And so it's Golden State with it. Outside, George. Elbow shot is on the way. And again, it's Philadelphia.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And money to end the quarter.
And Kevin Durant, former MVP, still feels like he has room to.
think it's another level I can go to.
Well, the will seems to be there, Greg, but Kevin Durant seems surrounded by uncertainty. Can he get that and stay healthy for the entire season? How does he work with his new coach? Where does he really want to be?
You know, the truth is, no one but Kevin knows the answers to those questions. And quite frankly, he may not know. No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. For so long, there has been this mindset that Golden State wins through offense, but their defense, you know, Gia, you were talking about this, is where the true strength of this team lies.
I think that's what's really allowed them to separate when you look at the rest of the league. I mean, they led the league in opponents' field goal percentage last season, and some nights the shots weren't falling. And they continue to add to their lead. They might be ready to pull away.
No surprise from my end. I mean, they've been really good, and they're looking even better at this moment.
Poked away. And pushing it up is Golden State Warriors again in transition.
Well, there's hot guys, and then there's really hot. They just can't miss.
You know, Greg, sometimes you'll see an individual guy go on a shooting tear like this, but the whole squad, wow.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here. Look at Mr. Clutch. He's really been playing well.
He's been absolutely on fire from outside. They've got to get into his jersey, get up into him, force him to pass or drive.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Brett Brown as he addressed his team. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Noel. The coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. The other thing he stressed was the need to be disciplined on offense. He asked for good ball movement and good shot selection. I'm sure Coach is hoping those changes turn the tide in this game and shrink the deficit before halftime. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. O'Neal against Embiid. And Jordan has it in the corner. Four on the clock. Passes it to Mr. Clutch. From deep. And Embiid pulls it down.
Well, after that great first quarter from outside, he's cooled down here. And looking at Joel Embiid, he has all the tools to be the game's next great center. He's raw, no doubt about that. And he'll have to overcome the injuries, but his combination of size, speed, agility, practically unparalleled.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. The drive by Jordan. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Good, just like soup. A little more ferocious, though.
Okay, Clark approves, everybody.
Yeah, but that's how you finish strong. The young fella's wearing the rim out.
Regarding Joel Embiid, what makes him even that much more unique as a young 7-footer, excellent shot mechanics, and a feathery touch. In college at Kansas, he shot Greg 63% from the floor. Many of those were face-up jumpers.
And as the season wore on, he became money at the free throw line as well. Those are the kinds of unique attributes that make him an extra scary prospect.
And the Warriors making a change here. Bird's checked in. The 76ers also with the sub. Covington's checked in.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong and attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
And there's the feed to O'Neal. There's the screen. The drive by Cousins, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And the big lead becomes bigger. They are playing with purpose here tonight, guys.
And they're doing it at both ends of the floor. I mean, that's what you like to see. They've been controlling the action from both ends of the court.
Philadelphia moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. Embiid, the pass to Covington. The 76ers need to get off a shot. And the shot is good.
Robert Covington.
Covington's got his first basket. Here's Golden State now. They're on an 18-6 run.
Well, the term dream season can be applied to Steve Kerr's first year. Comes in and sets a franchise record in wins and also wins a title for the Warriors in his first year. Still unreal. You can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up there in the paint.
No, I'm sure he's not, Greg. I mean, their defense is showing a lot of holes, especially down low. That's unacceptable.
James checked in for Golden State. Curry comes in for Captain Clutch. Philadelphia also making some changes. Okafor's checked in, and it's Isaiah Cannon in for Thompson. Picked by Okafor. Smith kicks to Okafor. Misses off the right iron.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Curry with it. Now guarded by Noel. Here's James. Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rack.
Check out the fellas. Check out his teammates over on the bench. So they are going crazy.
Smith against Curry. Out left to the wing. Noel, a screen on Bird. Just 5 to shoot. Okafor with no one around. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Carl Landry's checked in for the 76ers. 35 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Smith against Curry. Shaq kicks to Curry. LeBron passes to Mr. Clutch. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Covington. James covering. Now Smith. Over to the left wing. Here's Okafor. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Okafor's got 10.
Sometimes folks forget about his decent mid-range jumper. He can knock those down all game given it.
So as we conclude the first half, so far,
it's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. At one point, they managed to push out ahead to an 8-point lead. And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters.
Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for Mr. Clutch. He's got 21 points, and he's unleashed a barrage of three-pointers on him.
And Clark, you can tell they're good right now when the ball leaves his hand. He has racked up a ton of points.
We've got Shaquille O'Neal. Clutch out there with Mr. Clutch. And it's Durant. And it's James in at the 3 spot. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Pass to Durant. He dishes it to O'Neal. Pass to Mr. Clutch. From deep three-point range, it drops. That's his 9th field goal of the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11.
He is on fire from behind the arc.
Yeah, it seems like all of his points are coming from deep, Greg.
The 76ers might have dodged having the worst record in the league last season, but they didn't dodge having the worst road record last year, Clark.
They could not dodge that one, Kevin. Just 6 wins on the road, but that was pretty much expected considering the youth and inexperience of this team.
Just a total loss of concentration right there.
And Greg, if they continue to make those kinds of mistakes, then this game could turn even more south on them, and sour.
Takes the 3. Offensive rebound. Kick out to Hamilton. And here's James outside. The shot is off. So Philadelphia will take it the other way.